Hello and welcome to another episode of Mike Masher Game Talk. I am Detective Mittenz and I'm here with... nobody.
Sam. Sam or Gobbo. Like, is anyone gonna go? No? Alright, go.
But yeah, go on.
Jonny!
Jonny! Oh, and Taha, because he's not saying anything.
Well, that was weird because we didn't really say, like, you said Detective Mittenz, but no one knows that you're called Alex. And
No one needs to know, man. No one needs to know.
oh yeah, Munckin-T,
Yeah,
aka Taha, or other way around, whatever.
I thought it was Taha aka Munckin-T.
Well, technically it's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
To be fair.
Anyways,
Right, basically there's 4 guys here, right? Deal with it.
Sounds like my sex life.
that's gotta be our best intro ever.
Yeah. That we've gripped the audience.
We basically just went,
completely
hey,
meaningless.
we're guys, deal with it.
yeah.
That can't be beaten.
Let's get on with the show. Right, so yeah. First topic. I think we're gonna talk about how the Order 86 is just gotten terrible reviews across the board.
Not terrible reviews.
Oh yeah, I guess
mean,
yeah, not terrible.
it hasn't gone well.
Alarmingly average.
Alarmingly average,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Alarmingly average reviews. So yeah. So, what do you guys think of it anyway? Of what you've seen?
Oh, disappointment.
Yeah, it was disappointment. Like, even from... It was meant to be like an eye candy game, and even from that perspective, like, from the trailers they showed us when they first revealed it, it's a definite downgrade.
They really pushed that eye candy though. Like watching some videos, like every moment is walking slowly, so you've got time to look at the environment. It's like the guy picks up a gun off the table, and like you have to. He'll actually sit there and look at it, like just inspect how beautiful it is until you press like a button to move on with the actual game.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, God. But yeah, what do you think, Jonny? You've been watching a lot of gameplay on it.
Yeah, I've been watching a good bit of it. It's essentially a very generic cover shooter that happens to look fairly good.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And that's the real sad thing about it.
Nothing amazing then.
Yeah, I mean, like, the style is absolutely fantastic. I am a massive fan of its style, but that's all it's got going on. I mean, the cover shooting mechanic itself is really basic, and just everything else that may seem cool is all quick time events.
Yeah, from what I heard, there's like a load of quick time events.
Oh.
Yeah, everything's just been replaced with quick time events. Anything you thought, oh, that'd be really cool for me to do myself and have control over, no, you're not gonna be allowed that control.
Yeah.
So is it actually kind of turning out like the PS4 equivalent of was it Rise Total, the war game on the Xbox One?
That sounds a very good comparison, actually, where it's just like eye candy. And
it's eye candy and quick time events, you know. Oh, it's kind of a disappointment because I was actually kind of looking forward to it. I mean, when they first showed the trailer at E3, I was like, oh, cool, you know, kind of steampunky, Victorian looking, hunting some beasts and stuff. That'd be cool. Yeah. Looks like it'd be good 4-player co-op or something. And now it's just like, oh, well, okay, I probably won't be buying this unless it comes massively down in price.
Have you seen the strategy guide for it?
No.
It's so funny. It's got like pages dedicated to like, first you press XX, then you move the stick to the left and press triangle. You need a strategy guide. Goddamn quick time events.
Wow.
Like,
Oh, that's such a sad
That is
thought.
so sad. That is so sad. Wow.
Oh my god, there's a big triangle on the screen, what do I do?
Actually, no. To be honest, the sad thing about that is that that kind of information would, even though it's completely pointless, would normally have come in a manual in the game box.
Yeah.
So now you have to pay like 15 quid or so, 10 quid for a guide.
Yeah, the strategies. Yeah.
Like that used to be like half the buying a game. You know, get a game, get back in the car, open it up, and just read the manual.
Oh man, yeah. The good old
Yeah,
days.
Nothing
man.
good
I
on
still
reading a
do
game's
that.
manual. You just don't get that anymore.
And you know what? You
Lucky
know
if
what?
get
You
something
actually
with a
hit the
pen.
jackpot. You hit the jackpot whenever a game manual turned out that it wasn't in black and white. That when it was in full color, you were like, yes,
Oh, that was amazing.
they went in.
Yeah, but I think you get like a manual. It's like, I remember like old PS2 games used to get a manual with a good amount of pages,
Yeah,
with
man.
information about the story and stuff and the background and controls and all this sort of thing. And then you might get a map as well. And
Yeah,
you're like,
man.
oh, awesome! I've got this big map. That was cool.
It was cool.
And now you open up a game now, and what do you get? You get a single bit of card with some advertisement on it.
Yeah.
Maybe a code if you're lucky.
Hmm.
But there's no manual. Like, I think the
Yeah.
last manual I got was before one of the Gears of War games come out. So I remember getting a Gears of War game and it having like a single sliver of paper. I'm like, yep, well, the manual's dead. This is it, guys.
Yeah, it really sucks, especially for fighting games, because like it was really nice because you got your manual printed on with every single character's moveset, and I was
Exactly,
like, that's
yeah.
amazing. You don't get that anymore. Now, want to know the movesets? Work it out. You're on your own. You're on your own for that one.
Yeah.
Got the internet for that, boy. You don't need no manual. Or you can read the e-manual, but that just sucks. Who wants to read an e-manual?
I have never checked out one of those.
Don't. It's not the same.
Hmm. But yeah. Back to the order. And this, I'm kind of glad that this. It's not. I wouldn't say a flop, but it's a flop in comparison to what people thought it was going to be. People thought it was going to be
Well,
like
the
a
thing
really
is-
big game, but it just wasn't. And I'm kind of glad that that's happened, because it's just like it's a lesson to everyone. Even though this has happened before, but it's a lesson to just like don't get hyped over things that you haven't played yet. Just wait until you play it first, and then get hyped. It's not. 'Cause they keep
But
showing.
you mean go back to the days of not even when we didn't even read magazines, or there was no like magazine websites we
man.
constantly watched, and you'd walk into a game store and you'd just look at the shelves and you'd just see a game that looked interesting. You know, you'd never seen that game before, and you're like, oh, this looks cool, fancy playing this, and there was no build up to that.
No,
like,
not
you know,
necessarily. There
you
was-
buy
it
it
doesn't
when
need
you
to-
saw it.
It doesn't necessarily need to be like. There can be a build up. Yeah, that's just a matter of marketing, I guess. But in terms of consumer point of view, right? You know these guys are gonna try and make it look like this game is the best thing ever. Don't get sucked into that so soon. You know, like have it open in your mind that this game could be bad. This game,
I think
it's not guaranteed to be brilliant.
It's not like the fact that there was such a huge hype train behind the order. I mean, I wasn't super hyped like I have been for, like, say, Halo Reach or something like that. That was hype. But the fact that it was kind of marketed as to be, you know, the PS4's big game, you know, this is it. You think of a PS4, this was the game that was being released for it, that was, like, you know, kind of leading the platform as far as I could see, and it's just kind of turned out to be a bit meh.
Yeah, man.
But then again, the same can be said for Rise or whatever it was on Xbox.
But that's the thing, is like
Yeah.
always. I think it's just a matter of just always be wary. I mean, personally speaking, like me and you. I'm the same with you. Like I was never hyped about this, but I know that there was a lot of people that were insanely hyped about this game. Like I remember when some gameplay footage was first shown, people lost their minds over the gameplay footage. And I'm like, yeah, guys, just calm down. Just wait until it actually comes out. We'll try it out first. Try a demo out or something. But I don't know, man.
Oh, demos.
Demos don't really exist anymore.
No, they're another relic of the
Yeah, I know,
past, I'm
man.
afraid.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the one thing I would say about this game is I'm quite happy it's failed, not because of that reason, but just because I hope it just shows the industry that gamers want gameplay, they don't want cutscenes.
Well, yeah, that
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that, and I'm kind of I'm sick of with that style as well. Like, games are way too like. There's nothing wrong with having
They're not movies.
there's nothing wrong with having a desaturated, gritty game experience, but when that's literally all that's coming out. Because right now, that's literally all I'm seeing for like PS4, Xbox games, is that everything's just super serious, just really desaturated, and everything seems to be like kind of zombie-ish. Well, this isn't really a zombie game. This is you're hunting werewolves, right?
Mhm.
And it's just like whatever. I've played this game how many times? Just give me something new and fresh.
Yeah, it's really generic.
Yeah.
The problem,
And the
problem
gameplay
is
doesn't help there.
New and fresh doesn't sell. it's not a guaranteed sale, therefore publishers won't let the developers have that much creative freedom, because a developer could say, oh yeah, I want to make this new kind of interesting shooter that's gonna it's gonna be a lot different, there's gonna be new mechanics and stuff, but a publisher will just turn to them and go, well, see, now we think you should do Call of Duty, right, because that's what sells. So then that's what the developer will have to do if they want to make the game and get the funding and actually get it published. They have to do what the publishers say.
Yeah.
Which is a good kind of thing about crowdfunding. I mean, crowdfunding is a bit of a topic for another time, but the one good part of it is that then the developers have creative freedom to make the game they want to make, not what the publishers are making them make.
I know it's sometimes some developers can have like original thoughts and do some good new stuff and get away with it and actually sell it. I mean, a good example of that would be wait for it, Evolve. Check out that segue.
Transitions.
Seamless,
yeah.
Entirely.
Smooth as butter. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Moving on to Evolve, though. I mean, it's kind of they took it in a slightly new direction. Brought out something slightly different. But I think with Evolve, I mean, they could have gone a bit further with it. I don't know. I mean, it's only really got, in terms of actual content, it doesn't really have that much. I mean, the content they do have is good, and I enjoy playing it. But it's they could have done more. That's my point.
Yeah, same. I mean, the one big problem out of the game is just the lack of variety. Like, it's just the same thing. And then also, if you look at the amount of people still playing it, the community has dropped off really harshly.
Oh, really? Is there not a lot of people playing it at all?
I've forgotten how to look at it exactly, but I'll try to see where they'll try to find it on Steam so you can see what's being played at the moment.
Because I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at this game and I'm just thinking they're trying to be a Monster Hunter, but without the fun. Not necessarily that.
Oh no,
the game's not fun.
Evolve definitely has the fun.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't mean in terms of the game being fun or not, but in terms of because Monster Hunter has a lot of wacky type philosophies, where there's cats around and you got these two little helpers and you get these weird costumes. It doesn't take itself 100% seriously, whereas Evolve seems like they're trying to take themselves super seriously, but without that colourful type. Everything again seems kind of desaturated and more it seems like they've merged Monster Hunter with Call of Duty. Obviously, there's still some point of view someone who hasn't actually played the game, so I don't know.
I wouldn't really say that Evolve was anything like Monster. Short of the fact you hunt monsters, I can't really say there's much other link between
really
it at all.
Similar, because you could see the monster's health, which is a big thing. The way you trap it and stuff is completely different. You got guns.
Proper guns, not the bow gun crap.
And it's not. It's like Monster Hunter. I think a big part about it is learning the monster's patterns and then exploiting them. Because it's a human-controlled monster, then there's no.
Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? Really, you're actually fighting a person, not the computer.
Yeah, I guess
and going to the point. Back to the point about that community. At the moment, as we are recording, it's only got 8,700 people playing it around the world.
Damn.
That's tiny.
That's low.
That is pretty low. Wow.
As I say, that comes back to it not having that much variety. I mean, the game mode that it does have, I mean, me and Sam have been playing, is, that's just the regular hunt mode, 4-on-1, hunt, destroy, which is fun. I mean, the unlocking new characters and stuff like that, and the really tense moments where, you're in a huge fight, I'm not gonna let you die, man. And then you get smacked in the face by the monster, and it's a really, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, they really need more modes. I mean,
I'd say the one problem with the community at the moment, the game, I think, when I thought about it more, I've realised how annoying this would be. Because gaming nowadays, especially multiplayer games, is about customising the game to however you want to play it. But unfortunately, because the way Evolve works, and you get put into a class, you have barely any decision on which class you're actually going to play, it feels like you don't get to make the decision of how you want to play, which might be a big deal. Because, say I want to just play support, I just want to play medic all the time, and I don't particularly like any of the other classes. Well, I'm only be playing medic probably about 1/5 of the time.
Okay, yeah.
Probably actually that's a bit of exaggeration, but probably about 1 every 3 games I'll probably actually play the class that I want to play. And while that's not too annoying at the start of the game when you're quite hyped for it, I imagine down the line when you're actually just wanting to play the game just to play the game and have fun, it might be really frustrating if you don't find the other classes fun. and you can't even play as what you want to do.
Yeah,
And that would cause quite a lot of people to leave, I could think, especially because no one wants to play the monster. So you always get put as the monster. You're like, I put this as my last choice. What the hell? There's like 5 other people in here. Surely one of them wanted to play the monster more than me. But no, like no one wants to play the monster, so you get stuck playing like not even the game you wanted to play, because you want to play a first-person shooter, but you end up playing like a third-person brawler thing, and you're like, this is what I signed up for. Not that I have a problem playing the monster, I quite enjoy it, but I think like my brother was playing and he was having that kind of experience. He just got so frustrated. He's like, I don't want to play the monster, I just want to play Assault. And every time he didn't get Assault, he was just really frustrated. I was like, this is what it must be like for the most of the audience, because my brother's a bit more of a casual gamer. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
I mean-
James.
I mean, there's not. I mean, the system as it stands, it works well as it can, I think, because I mean, everyone's gonna want to play a certain class, but then every game is gonna have one of each class. So someone's gonna have to take a back seat and play the class they don't want. It's just there's no way around that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just a problem with the game. That's not a problem with like with matchmaking or anything. It's just a problem with the game's initial design, I think, is the problem.
I suppose.
Like the problem is like if you're all playing the person you want to play, that's perfect, but the chances of that happening is very low. I don't know how you could work around that, but it is a problem nonetheless.
Well, the only way around doing that is to queue as a class that you want to play, and then the game will start when it's found, 4 other people who are queuing as the other classes or the monster. But I mean, the game's queue times aren't exactly short as it stands now, so
Especially if the community only getting smaller.
yeah, I mean, if you're doing that queue as the class you want, God, you could go play another game, come back, and you probably still wouldn't have found a game. But yeah,
Yeah.
as it is, it's fun, but as with every game that seems to come out these days, is flawed in some way or another.
Yeah.
I think asking every game to be absolute perfection is a bit much. Though.
No.
It's just like
demand
every
the
game that
best.
comes out recently, not like the old ones, they had no flaws whatsoever. Only recent games are flawed. Jesus.
Yeah, man. God.
I don't see the pass through rose tinted goggles. I mean, don't be ridiculous.
But I think what it is it might not necessarily be that the games like are flawed more in a sense that they've got this problem. There's a lack of passion, maybe, in comparison to like old games and stuff, where they really tried so hard on this to be something
I don't think it's a lack
amazing.
of passion. I mean, lots of game designers and developers have passion for games. I just think it's more the industry as a whole is just kind of...
It's gone too generic. They need to have like another explosion of creativity.
Yeah,
where people understand they can go out and make what they want. Which I think Kickstarting's doing a really good job for, where people can go out and get what they want made. It's really helping with that. But I just think the big guys need to, the big people in charge need to catch on that people want diversity in their games.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be a place for the next Call of Duty. That's just how it is. But there's also a place for really unique titles that are going to do well. Screen Peek, is that the name for it? That 4-player game where you can see each other's screens, but you can't see. You're invisible.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I really want to give a go. To
Exactly. That's such an original idea.
Good.
It's such a cool idea, an original idea, but you'd never see that in a AAA game title, which is fair enough because it's quite a niche, cool idea. But at the same time, why aren't maybe big studios should have a little subset of people that just work on cool little indie titles just to get them little bits of funds. I don't know, it's just a bit frustrating that there's all these good talented people but they don't have the creative freedom to make what they want to make. And just going back to another problem with Evolve, which is also another problem with the industry as a whole, the DLC.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Lord.
Oh boy.
It was a bit excessive, wasn't it, really? I mean, damn.
God. It's all day one, and it's all just, so many skins.
Yeah, I mean, not much of it is, content. It's more just different skins and just, vanity cosmetic items. But
Yeah,
even
like
so...
you said. very, very glad it's not like weapons and stuff, because that would suck. Because the one thing I hate most more than anything is like people locking out like gameplay content with like when it comes out. Skins slightly less annoying, but still kind of annoying. But it's at the end of the day, it's just cosmetics, so it doesn't make that much of a big deal. But it's just ridiculous. And then on top of that, the fact that it's a 60 quid game, like for the amount of content it's got, I don't think it should be 60 quid, because it's got a fair amount of maps, but it's only got 5 different classes if you include the monster. 3 different
people, like levels of each class.
Yeah, and that's not really much.
It actually doesn't sound like much at all.
Yeah, I mean it's only got 1 main game mode.
It's got about 3 or 4 overall, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you can only play 1 game mode. It's in its own playlist. All the other game modes are confined within their own playlist, where it plays each one individually. So you can't like say, oh, I like playing the ones where the eggs spawn, which I don't know why you would, but if you are perhaps enchanted by destroying eggs, then the only way you can play that is by playing 5 other maps. So like 5 other game modes. So it's just like if the game came out for like, I don't know, like 30 or 35 quid, I would think that would be a way better deal than the 40 quid they're currently charging. I mean, I got the game for 23 quid, so I don't feel too ripped off. But if I got it for a full price game, then I'd feel really like, what the hell, this isn't, I haven't got my money's worth.
I gotta be honest, man, like hearing everything you're saying, I'm thinking to myself, if I wasn't interested in Evolve before, now I'm just really not interested.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if someone was interested in it and looking to buy it, I would say try even if you play it at someone else's house and think you find it fun, just think to yourself, would I find this fun if I was doing this over and over and over again? Because like I went round a friend's house and played it, and I was like, this is amazing, I need to play this, I need to get this. And then now I have it, and I've already started to get a bit bored of it, and it's like I've had this for like less than a week.
Well, you could always try renting it, or is that something old school now?
No, you can't rent on PC. No, I don't think renting really happens.
Oh yeah, then I guess
you get on the Xbox One or PS4, but I don't think. Are there any places that do renting?
There's still like there's love.
There's like those online ones where you can like get games for like a week, can't you?
Yeah,
I think you can do that Computer Exchange, can't you?
You can't.
You can just buy them.
There was one place.
There's buy it and then trade it back in.
Hecky, there's already a point in that.
Yeah.
There's one thing I want to add is I think I said this in a earlier Mike Masher, but the idea of unlocking like kind of cosmetic content, things like costumes and stuff, I greatly miss from traditional video games. The fact that you would actually put in the work. Say you completed the game on a hard difficulty, they would give you a pretty cool costume just because that was your reward. That was the stuff that you get for putting in the work. And now I'll give you maybe £10 and there, I've got everything now. Woohoo.
I mean, there are some costumes you can unlock only by getting to the highest rank as that character, which is good. So you are kind of covered there, but at the same time, the DLC is just ridiculous.
So much, and the costumes, I feel like looking in the store, like the stuff they're actually selling is not even that great. It's really basic, kind of just colour changes, if that. Especially
do you
for
want
the monsters.
Everything to be orange?
Do you want everything to have a green tint? Yeah. Yeah, no. The store is not great. But there you are. It's been fun. It just needed more. Maybe if it had like a really gripping story, it might be better. But I don't know. They'd have to have a whole different game like for the story. I couldn't just have story missions. Then it'd just be Titanfall.
Sorry to just quickly spring this on this, guys. I just I remembered it and just wondered if you'd seen it. Have you guys seen the Final Fantasy 15 demo that came out, like the 40-minute demo?
No, I haven't.
No,
I thought that was old. Because I saw it, I was like, wait, that came out a while ago, did it?
No, man. It came out recently. It came out like midweek, I think.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to sit that like.
Demo.
I'm hyped about this game, but I don't know if I want to sit down and watch someone else play it for 40 minutes.
You just flick
I
through it,
didn't.
I suppose.
I found it very boring to watch. So
Yeah.
I was quite interested in the game, and the combat system just doesn't seem for me. Like
What is the combat?
it seems very Kingdom Hearts.
Well, that's very much for me. I love Kingdom Hearts.
I know. Like I said, it sounds like it's up your alley, but it's really not mine. It really annoys me because like your teammates run around doing their own thing, and you have what seemingly. I mean, I can't understand what he's saying, so he's talking in Japanese, so he might be giving commands and stuff as far as I know, but seemingly you have no control over your other characters in your party, and they seem to be dancing around doing cool moves, and it's just like. But he like lets them run around for like 20 minutes, like 10 minutes or something on these creatures, and he doesn't kill any of them. Then he starts attacking, and then they're all dead. And it's like, well, that just pretty much shows how the entire point of your party. It just seemed like this party was absolutely pointless in the whole equation. It was just so I didn't quite get it because I like having control over the whole party, which is why I didn't like 13 very much. It's because I felt like I had no control over what was actually happening. And also what sucked about 13 was the fact if Lightning died, everyone died. What the hell was that about? What am I supposed to do if she gets death cast on her? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, let's not get into the old Final Fantasy games. Well, they're not old. Well, they're kind of oldish now, I guess. But let's not get into that. Or else we'll be here all night, man.
Yeah, the new demo looks pretty cool. You guys should watch it. Everyone else who's quite interested, watch it. It's really interesting to see. The game looks really beautiful. Like visually, it's very interesting. I wish they'd done a bit more of the character design, though. Very boring character design. Apart from the whole like whipping weapons out thin air, that's pretty cool. But like, everyone's just really boring. I mean, they're all just wearing black.
But
have a little bit of colour.
That's sexy, man.
It's not sexy. It's like saying like that's like saying Sasuke is sexy.
You know what? Yeah, Noctis is basically Sasuke.
Oh boy.
I said this from day one.
He looks so much like Sasuke.
He's basically Sasuke.
I mean, I don't know if like they'll get more color later on, or different colors will be different characters with more colors. Like the concept of Sid being a girl looked quite cool, I guess, as a female mechanic. That was kind of cool, but like I just really want someone that doesn't look like a skinny emo. Like Jesus.
And you playing the wrong game
Wait,
title there, man.
Did you say Sid is a lady now?
Yes, Sid's a lady.
What? Huh? What? Nah, man. No, I'm gonna save this for another day.
Yeah,
I'm
for
sorry,
another time.
Barbara.
I was gonna say, real quick before we wrap up, because we do have a tiny bit of time. Is Sam? You wanted to talk about why you're not getting the new 3DS, or why you're just not into? I don't know. What's going on?
But it's just not worth it. Like at the end of the day, the new 3DS is just. It's not a big enough upgrade. It's like the DSi was to the 3DS to the DS Lite.
I think in terms of that, the new 3DS will become more of a needed upgrade, say like later this year or into the next year, because games will actually be released that you can't play on anything else. I mean, the DSi was just essentially a reskin of a DS, you know.
Did I just hear your reaction to the Final Fantasy, Johnny?
Yeah.
Just groaning in the background.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wow. Yeah. I'm thinking the new 3DS. It looks cool. Like I'd really like to have it, but I'm not like. I don't know if I want to cough up another £200 to get it.
Yeah, it's not
Same.
worth the money.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
exactly.
Like,
It's not
if
worth
it was
the money.
cheap, then I'd be into it. Like if it was like say 120, even 120 is pushing it, man. Like it had to be really cheap, like £100 if that, and then I would consider going for it, because then I'd be like £100, and then I get the cool new 3D. So the 3D is actually usable, which would be quite cool, because you know I can't use the 3D because like I don't know about people who play handhelds out there, but the thing about handhelds is that they kind of move around a bit. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So you know, having the face tracking 3D would be really useful. Also, the extra processing power would be really cool, and extra download speed would be nice.
Yeah, I mean it's nice, and I'll probably get one, just not now.
Yeah, the only thing like at the moment, the only thing worth getting it for is Xenoblade Chronicles, and that's a very good game, and that's a very good reason to get it. If you haven't played it
Yeah,
on
I
the
guess,
Wii,
yeah.
'cause it's quite rare.
I just
But-
plan on playing it on my Wii, getting the old Wii version.
Yeah, it's quite rare and hard to
Oh,
find.
yeah, no,
and
but yeah, it is,
expensive if you do
isn't it?
find
It's
it. It's
rare
like
now.
80 quid.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
the new 3D, like, it's got Xenoblade, which is awesome, and the extra processing really helps with a lot of games. Like the load times are so much better, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
the thing
that's
is,
one
I
with
see
3DS,
as-
booting up a game takes ages.
Because the 3DS that I have, right, is I've got the first one, like the first one actually came out. Well, not literally the lone first one. That would be worth quite a lot. But in terms of the first version, I've got it, and it's the aqua blue one, whatever. So that going on to the new 3DS is actually quite a big jump in terms of, like, if I was to get the XL, it's a lot bigger for one.
Oh, I would say the XL, the definite, like,
Yeah,
It's just
good
a must.
upgrade.
it's kind of
It's
just a
so
must.
much
Yeah.
better.
And if I was
Also-
ever thinking of getting Monster Hunter 4, it would have to kind of be on the new 3DS.
Oh yeah, God no.
Oh, you need that for the goddamn camera. It's
yeah,
impossible.
Mm.
like the XL is needed regardless whether you buy a new 3DS or not. To be honest, I couldn't go back to a regular size one after playing on the XL.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, but yeah,
Oh,
I
what's,
guess we've kind of run out of time. So this is the
Oh,
best part of the show
Oh, no.
where we outro, and it's all.
oh no! Oh,
Oh no! Oh
Here it
no!
comes.
Oh my!
All right, so yeah, I guess I don't know what we got. Is it gonna be the same thing as all the other weeks, or we just say some random phrase?
I want to say bye before we go for a random
Yeah.
phrase. So see you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hope
thanks.
it's-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been awesome.
Mm.
Been awesome. It's been an awesome 32 minutes.
It's always nice talking with you guys.
Aw.
Aw. It's nice talking
Group
to you too. Aw.
Alright. Well,
Alright.
take care then, everybody, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, yeah, bye.
Bye.
That's good
Oh my
enough.
God.